is it okay to be flexible about the paying situation in a relationship? Like, it doesn't have to be 50-50. Like, is that okay? Here's some context, okay? So this girl, she is very, very flexible. And she says she doesn't care if it's like, she doesn't want to be 50-50. She's okay with like going 90-10, 80-10. Like, I'll go 90 this time, you go 10. Sometimes you go 90, I go 10, right? But she told me that her friends are basically calling out and saying, you're being taken advantage of because you don't want to go 50-50. Or like you're allowing the situation where you pay 90 and they go 10. What's y'all's thoughts about that?
I'll go. I think it's okay to be flexible. So for me, when I'm like, when I like someone or whatever, I'm in another stupid situation. Like I'm a very independent person. So like if like I want to do something or I want to get something and get something for you, then like I don't have a problem with doing that. And by no means do I need anything in return. But if you're in the relationship with someone, I think like, I mean, what's the point of going 90 and 10? That would be so strange to be like, oh, Venmo me, like the bill's like 100 and you're like, Venmo me like 10.
I think what she means by that, like say like you guys go out to eat.
Oh, like
night.
how often?
No, like say hypothetically, right? You and a guy, you go out to dinner one night, right? And say y'all get like Korean barbecue, all you eat Korean barbecue, right? That's like what, like $35? And the bill comes out to around like probably like $90 with tips, something like that, something like that, right? Say the girl pays that and the guy basically pays for dessert.
Oh yeah.
So that's
yeah,
like that's like 90-10.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
I see what
and
you're
then
saying.
sometime maybe he'll pay for it and then she'll get dessert.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
whatever. I'm just,
Yeah.
in that scenario.
As long as it seems like fair and you're not like constantly like, you know, but it's also like whose idea is it? So it's like you know, if Christian's telling Jared like he wants to take her out to eat, like he better pay, and then if Jared is like, oh, let's go eat, he better pay. I'm just kidding. But you know, Jared is also like even like before they got married, like super independent and everything like that too. So she'd not have a problem with that either. Like I don't see a problem in that as long as it's balanced.
So you believe in balance, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay to be flexible.
It's okay to be flexible.
What you think, Viv?
I do too. Like I'm always expecting, like if I agree to go out, I already know that I can expect to pay for my portion. Or I think I have an example. When my ex and I first started dating, he would pay for most of the dates. But when we started, you know, like really dating and serious about it, we would just take turns. Like if he get dinner, I get drinks, that type of thing. Like for me personally, like I guess Juliana and I are type of girls that we don't really care about that flexibility, but I can definitely see some people saying like, oh, like you should be, you know, like you shouldn't have to pay for it, that type of thing.
I think in this context, her friends are basically telling her her friends are telling her that she's being taken advantage of because she's flexible.
Like he should be paying more?
You should be paying less.
She should be paying
She
less.
should
Should be
paying
paying
less.
less.
Like
Are they
she's
dating?
It really depends
They're
on
not
the
in a
situation.
relationship, but they're like dating.
I don't know the context of her relationship status. She just simply asked that question, like, is it okay to be
I think
flexible?
you need more context. Like if
She's just saying like on dates and stuff like that. It's like, it's okay. She said, like, I'm okay with paying 50-50 or like just going like 90-10. It doesn't have to be exactly 50-50. Like that's what she's saying. And I think that her friends are basically saying that you're being taken advantage of because you're not making the guy pay.
if it's a pattern, yeah. Like if he's consistently like not paying,
Yeah.
and her friends see that, then I would, you know, rethink things. Not rethink things, but like I would kind of reevaluate things. Like maybe your friends are seeing something that you're not seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
But
very
if it's typical like fair dating balance, then I think flexibility is fine.
Yeah. Like her friends have to be basing it off of something, right? So they either don't know the whole story or she's not providing the whole story. But like if it's her idea, then yeah, I mean, I guess it's like only right that she, you know, offers to pay. But also, you know, she is in a unique position too, where like she's not technically like responsible for paying, right? Like that's like a very like manly, you know, chivalrous thing to do, right? Is to pay for the female. But like she's in a unique position where she can just be like, all right, dude, like this, we going halvesies, Venmo me for, you know, the rest. But she should, hopefully she understands where her position is. But yeah, without any past context. But I think I think the end resolution or solution of this is that as long as it's balanced, I think it's okay. Honestly.
Yeah, basically the context of basically trying to say is that, like I said, her friends think she's being taken advantage of. For her, she doesn't think so because she says, I'm okay with paying. And it doesn't have to be 50-50. It can be whatever ratio it is.
Yeah.
But she's down to like contribute.
Yes.
That's all she's saying.
Yeah.
Her friends don't agree with her mentality.
Yeah. So that's really tough because it's like she feels the way that she feels. I will say, girl, don't share too much information to your freaking friends. And I don't mean that in like a negative way. I just think that like too many differing opinions like can sometimes like be too much for you. And it's like at the end of the day, like I think it's very important to ultimately just do what you want to do. Like if she ends up paying and then like he, you know, stops talking to her for whatever reason, then she knows now for the future. Like, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but for the future, like maybe not do that. Like I feel like it's all like a learning lesson. Like the situation that I was going through, like 21 to 22, I don't even remember. It was like, I mean, or 22 to 23, sorry. It was like weird, you know, like I had like 4 best friends specifically I was telling everything to. 2 of them were super like...
Wait, they all girls?
Yeah, they're all girls, yeah.
That's what I'll say. You tell your girls.
The 2 of the girls, and they're all like different, obviously very different people, but 2 of the girls were very like, we just want you to be happy, just do, you know, what you want, you know? And then the other 2 were kind of like, no, like you should make the guy pay, or like, you know, similar situations obviously, but like, you know, let the guy do everything for you, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like, I just think that like you should like limit the amount of information you provide to your friends until you get to a point where it's serious enough to talk about it. But unless you're very, maybe not as like profound in like dating or relationships and stuff like that, I would understand why you would want to like share with your girls. Like I completely get that. Like I love all of my best friends, and for a long period of time I was telling them like everything that was going on. But it's like now in terms of like my dating life, but like now I'm just kind of like, if it's not mentionable, then I'm not going to discuss it.
What do you think, Christian?
I like Vivian said, I need more context into it, and like what type of, if this is like across the board, this is how she deals with the guy she's dating right now, or this is like a particular person. But I think what you said, if it's the guy's idea, like the guy should pay. Hey, I want to take you out. Cool. Pay.
Okay.
Right? It's her idea, then be flexible.
Okay. Jay?
I'm a little old fashioned, but yeah, if the guy's idea, he should.
Jay?
Ditto, or just like screw it, just do what you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't,
Because it just goes back to fairness. Like if let's say one of you covers this time and then you go out for another date, the other person pays,
Yeah.
or the date continues, you switch, like take turns.
Yeah. I think that like, we can end after this, but like, I think in her context, I think her friends don't want her paying because that's probably what they believe. So I know that people are different. Some people, they're okay with paying. Some people are okay with going 50-50. Some people are okay with not going 50-50.
Yeah.
Some people, they expect the man to pay. It's just not a one size fits all. And it just depends on like, maybe some of your friends think one way, maybe your friends think another way, you know, but for her, I think it's like you guys said it earlier. It's like just be true to who you are. Like if that's what you believe that you can be flexible, fucking be flexible.
Yeah.
Right. If you want to be straightforward, be straightforward.
Yeah.
Right. Just
Because
be
it goes back to the games thing. You know, it's like, oh, I would like to pay, but you're being like, you're not trying to pay, so like I'm gonna play this game with you. It kind of like gets back to that toxic level. I feel like
for sure. For sure.
just do whatever you want to do.
All right.
Be yourself.
That's basically all the questions we have for today. Any final thoughts? No.
If the guy, I'm back onto this thing too. If she wants to be flexible, and the guy takes advantage of it, then
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a good
there's
guy.
a pattern.
Yeah.
right. But if the guy offers and it's he at least puts the offer out there, then she's
Yeah.
chosen the right guy.
Yeah.
But if the guy takes advantage of her, then X.
Yeah.
And she'll know too.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows more than her. So she knows if it's right or if it's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I'm sure she's not stupid. So
Right.
Some people can be severely blinded by love and be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And they don't even know it.
well, call me, I'll help you.
I'll send her your digits.